Welcome to the Comfort Stop. Welcome to the Comfort Stop. I'm your pappy, Popeye the Sailor Man, and today we're gonna have a podcast, and it's called Happy Pappy's Day. Olive, 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 bring me a bottled waters. Yeah, 'cause me throat's a little dry.
Yeah. So we're in the comfort stop, and I'm Rick Rock, not Popeye. And we're just gonna. God, I got a fan behind me. What the fuck? Well, if you're listening, you won't see the fan, but I have a fan sitting behind me, and man, what the fuck? Oh well. Don't you pay no attention to that fan back there now. Just sit back and relax and listen to the comfort stop, okay? Just picture it in your mind. Picture it in your mind while you riding around in that LLB. Picture a little floor fan sitting behind me, sitting right next to me behind me, out the corner of your eye. And there's a floor fan there. So use your imagination like the Muppet Babies. Use your imagination, okay? Sound good? All right, let's jump into that motherfucking comfort stop, baby. Man, and if you got a WinStar, how many people got WinStar? ProMaster, WinStars? Man, I don't even think there is any more. I don't think there's any more WinStars in circulation out there at the post offices anymore. And man, not a lot of people got to drive WinStars. But I wanted to ask anyone. I wanted to ask anyone out there that has ever driven a WinStar. If you've driven a WinStar, you know how the cockpit had carpeting. Do you remember? Do you remember those summer days in the summer? Those hot summer days. They had an electric fan, like vents that would push out that hot air. They didn't have any AC. But man, on those hot days, you would deliver a loop and you would jump back in that WinStar. And you would go drive to that next parking point. And you would smell dog shit. And you would immediately just say to yourself, I stepped in fucking dog shit. And it's all over the carpet. And it was a fucking real problem, in those days. And it's been a long time since I've drove a WinStar. I think it was late 90s, probably 98, 2000. Wait, not even 98. What am I tripping? It's probably like 02, maybe. 02 to 06. I used to drive a WinStar on Route 21, and I remember I stepped in a fat pile of shit, not realizing it, jumped into that WinStar and was driving off, and I was like, God, it stinks in here, and it was on the carpet, so I had to drive all the way back to the post office and use the hose and hose out the WinStar, and mind you, I was just a T6, so the regular, her name was Kim, she had to come back the next day and deal with that dog shit smell. Somebody stepping dog shit in my truck. Who used my truck yesterday? Did they step in dog shit? Who used my truck yesterday? Ricky, did you step in dog shit yesterday? Yeah, I did. Stepped in shit. I didn't even realize it, but I tried to spray it out. The fucking carpet's still wet, so I tried. Man. you would think the post office would be smarter and not even. Why would they put carpet? Why did they put carpet in the front of those Winstars? Why? I'll never know. I'll never know. But yeah, that's my Windstar. That's my Windstar story. So, Kim, so sorry I stepped in shit that day. Sorry about that, Kim. Thank God Windstars are fucking gone. Moving right along. Maybe let's move. Yeah, let's move right along. Yeah, keep. So we'll talk about Father's Day. Yeah, Father's Day. I want to take my hats off to all the fathers. You know, I really, Father's Day for me, I don't really post anymore about Father's Day. I just, that's just me. Like, I used to post pictures or like anniversary. My father, this is a picture of my dad. Happy Father's Day. You've been gone 5 years. You've been gone 10 years. You've been gone 15 years. Yours. What is this fucking Nelly? Where the Saint Lunatics? You've been gone 15 years. Yeah. You've been gone 20 years. Yeah. Man, now it's just like a reflection. Happy Father's Day. Yeah. It's just a reflection, of your own father. I mean, if you still have your father, man, enjoy that time. Enjoy that time with your fathers, Enjoy that time. Tell your father you love him. Slap him on the back a couple times. Man, have a drink with him. Yeah. Slap him on the back a couple times. Tell him, man, I love you. You motherfucker, I love you. I fucking love you, man. Pappy. Tell your pappy you love him. And if you don't have your pappy, man, just reflect. Think about your pappy, your pops, your daddy, your dad. Think about him privately, Take that time. Sit and just think about him and what you miss about him. Think about what you miss about him, what you would talk about with him if he was here. Man. And man, just, ask him. Man, how did I do? How did I do? I think I'm doing pretty good. But yeah. Father's Day, Man. And to all the fathers. Man, all the fathers out there. Man, hold on. I need a sip of water. Man, all the fathers out there too, that have lost kids. Man, I gotta tell you today here on the Comfort Stop. Man, I love y'all. Because there is no pain greater than losing one of your kids. So, man, all you fathers, man, even if you've raised some kids, whether they're your brothers or your sisters, and they're not here no more. Man, there is no pain greater than that. Man, it's tough. Let me give a shout out. Mike Jacobs. Mike Jacobs. Waterford, California. One of the OGs. Man, I'm thinking about you. I don't even know if he listens to the podcast, but yeah, he lost his daughter to cancer, and her name was Lexi. But yeah, man, shout out to all the fathers around there, near and far. Man, reflect. Man, enjoy and appreciate Father's Day. That's what you got to do today. And if you identify as a father today, man, happy Father's Day. Everybody, all the. You consider yourself a father. You come from a single household or you're single father, single mother, taking care of your kid, doing all the jobs. Happy Father's Day. Yeah. Let's fucking go. Keep going, man. Yeah. Man, so I was thinking last week, I was thinking about a close friend of mine, and his name was Danny. His name was Danny Reyes. And when I started working at the post office, he kind of became like a stepfather, because, man, my dad was gone, and me and him got really close. We got so close. And it's weird to think about it because, man, I was just a kid, man. I think I was like 18, 19 when I met him. And looking at it now I don't know sorry if I talked about this before on the podcast, but, man, looking back at it now, he was like my age, probably like 40 something, and I was fucking just a kid, and now I'm his age. Man, but we got along so fucking good. Like we were like a yin to a yang, a ching to a chang, a lighter to a blunt, a sock to a foot, a back to a vertebrae. And we were close, man. And we were funny. Or at least we thought we were funny. Man, that was when the post office was fun. Believe it or not, the post office was a fun place to be, You could tell jokes. The radio was going with CD players playing CDs. And, man, cracking jokes and cutting it up and singing on people. Man, it was the place to be. Man, we would be singing songs in there, singing Roy Orbison. A candy-colored clown they call a Sandman tiptoes to my room every night just to sprinkle stardust and to whisper, go to sleep, everything is alright. I close my eyes, then I drift away into the magic night. Man, we would be singing Roy Orbison songs, fucking all greatest hits, Al Green, fucking just having a good old time. And when you find that coworker where It's just like you go to their house after work. You hang out outside of work. You go cruising. He had like a old, was it like a 49 Plymouth? And I had a 65 Impala, and we go cruising on weekends and, man, ride around. And, man, I remember one night, me and my buddies, we were in Napa, and we drove up to Partridge Road. We drove up this road at nighttime, and it was called Partridge Road. And the whole thing about it was they said there was flying monkeys up there. They said there was flying monkeys up at Partridge Road. So I told my buddies about it one day, like, hey, man, what are you guys doing tonight? And I had to work the next day too. It was a Friday night. And I was like, well, what are you guys doing tonight? And they're, man, because Tone and Big Surge and Little Surge and the rest of the guys, they used to meet up at Tone and Surge's house, and they would just drink. Like, they'd buy like a, man, what is it, like a 20-pack, 24-pack of like Budweiser, and they would just sit out there. They would stand out there in the driveway and just drink. And I was like, man, let's go out. And I was like, dude, there's this spot like in Napa where they said there's flying monkeys. And they were like, what? And mind you, like, you know, my friends, they're like some Mexican cats. You know what I mean? Like, what's up, bae? What's up, bae? No, I'm just kidding. They were, but man, they were my Mexican boys. And so I was like, man, let's go to Partridge Road, man. See if there's some fucking flying monkeys or some shit out there. I keep hearing about it at work. And you hear all the urban legends and shit, you know, in the cities that you work at. Like, so if you listen to the podcast, man, in the comments, man, let me know what kind of crazy shit, legends or stories that you guys got going on in your fucking cities. So it's nighttime, and man, we drive out to Napa, and we drive up Partridge Road, and it's like a one-lane fucking road up this hill, right? And man, we're driving up this road, and there's supposed to be like a cemetery. So man, we get to the top of the hill, and there's a little turnoff where you could park, right? So we park, everybody gets out. There's a couple chicks with us. I can't remember who they were. But yeah, we parked, and it was fucking dark. There's no street lights. It's just fucking dark. And like, it's just the moon. All you could see was the moon, right? And it was dark. And like, you couldn't even see people's faces really. Like, it's fucking dark out here, dude. And nobody brought a fucking flashlight. And God, was there? Yeah, there was phones at the time. But hey, God damn. I'm sidetracking myself, but we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna fucking weave it and get back to what I was talking about. But fucking cell phones didn't even have flashlights back then. Remember? This is just like regular fucking brick phones, like fucked up little phones. So we're up there and we're like, damn, man, and it's so quiet. It's dead quiet, like dead, like it's like when you're gonna take a shit and you're just pushing, and you like your ears get clogged up. It's that quiet, like. And people, man, my friends, man, even they were fucking like tripping. Like, everybody was tripping out. Like, damn, what the fuck's up here, dude? This is fucking not. This is weird. And I was like, man, there's a cemetery through that gate. And we were like, man, should we walk through that gate? And so we started walking. And there's probably like 10. There's probably like, how many it was? Probably like, I'll just say 10. 5 each in a car. 2 cars. So, man, we start walking through this gate, And in the distance, we see some fucking people walking towards us. And we're like, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? What is going on right now? And they're fucking, so they start yelling at us in Spanish, right? And I think in English they're telling us to get the fuck out of here. But I could be wrong. But they were yelling in Spanish. So they weren't saying like, hey, come check this out. They were fucking kind of mad. So we ended up taking off. So we ended up going back to the cars, hopping in our cars, and headed back down the hill. And then, so we're driving down this hill, and this pickup truck is fucking chasing us down this fucking narrow-ass hill, one-lane hill, and they're throwing, like, bottles and fucking... They're throwing bottles and shit at us. And I think one of my friend's side view mirrors got fucking hit off from a bottle. Or a gunshot. I don't know. But we're headed down this mountain. Get out of this mountain. And we're back in the fucking town. Back in Napa. We drive down Imola. And there was like a paisa bar. And if you don't know what paisa means, it's like a Mexican bar. Like a... Yeah, one of those. So... man, we saw them get off and go over to this bar. And I think the bar's name was Marlos. And that was on my route at the time, Route 73. Marlos. And the owner's name was Ruben, and I was super cool with him. So, man, we were all fucking tripping. Like, what the fuck was that about? Man, they went over to that Marlos? Okay. I'm going to call my friend real quick. And I called Danny. And I went to his house. And I was like, Danny, man, some fucking Mexicans, man. And Danny was Mexican, too. I was like, some fucking Mexicans fucking chased us down fucking Partridge Road. And he's like, what the fuck were you doing on Partridge Road? I was like, man, we were looking for the flying monkeys. He was like, oh, okay. I was like, but hey, man, you have any bats or anything? Like, he's like, why? What are you going to do? I was like, man, we're going to go fuck these guys up. And he's like, nah. And we used to call each other preemie. Like, so at work, we'd be, this is before, like, the post office had hella Indians. But then we had one Indian, and he was a clerk. And he was super cool. Man, I'm going to get off in the weeds again. But he was hella cool. Cool-ass Indian guy. His name was Sanjeeb. And he talked like this. Parcels are final. But, so anyway, man, me and Danny, we used to fucking talk like, I'll get back to the story in a minute. But me and Danny, we would talk out loud at the post office in an Indian accent, like all day. But we would call each other preemie. I called him preemie. He called me tampoon, like tampon, preemie, tampoon. And then Jose Charles, his name was Pap Schmear. So, preemie, Pap Schmear, and tampoon. And we would talk like this all day, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's break time? Oh, it's break time already. Yes. Let's go take a break. Let's take a break, Danny. Yes. And we would talk all day. We would talk like this. And he would say, are you doing my relay today? Are you going to do my relay? Yes. Remember, when you do my relay today, you're going to get to 1.5 hours. It's 1 hour, but it will probably take you 1.5 hours to do it. But remember, Remember, I'm telling you right now that this is not personal. We're best friends, but this is not personal. This is just business. So don't get mad, okay, Preemie? No problem, Tampoon. No problem. No problem at all. I will not get mad. I know. You're going to fuck me? Yes, I know you're going to fuck me. You're going to give me the in and out on Evans, yes. And Raymond, yes, I know. I know this. I know this. And we would talk like this all day, and nobody would say anything. They would just laugh like, ha 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 ha. Ha, they sound Indian. They sound Indian. Ah, yes. Yes, Sunny. Sanjeev. Yes, they sound like your brothers. And, man, we would talk like that all day. So by the time we would get off work, man, we were still talking like that. Like, Preemie, are you going to come over to the house after work? Yes. 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 I will come by. We will play. We will play Fight Night on PlayStation. Yes. Man, we go over to the house. And even at his house, we'd still be talking Indian or Pakistani. It was crazy. It was crazy. But, yeah. So, anyway, I was like, Preemie, do you have any bats? Because, man, we're going to go fuck some shit up right now. Man, they were throwing bottles and shit at us. You want to come with us? And he was already drinking. He had a couple beers in him. And he would sit in the garage and just watch VHS recordings of old fights with, like, Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearn, Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson. He had them all on videotape, VHS. And I was like, nah. He was like, nah. He's don't go back there. Just hang out here. You guys just hang out here and fucking hang out. And we ended up just hanging out at his house, fucking drinking beer and watching fights and just fucking kicking it, man. Just kicking it. And, man, it was good time. It was good times back then. And I lost him. I lost him too. He passed away. And I miss him very much. Yes. Man. It's crazy though. Because, man, we still have, still have the memories. We still have all the memories that you'll ever need in life. The memories. They let you know. They let you know. Son of a bitch, dude. Yeah, they let you know that you've lived, dude. Like, you've lived. Like, man. I got these. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. I got these memories. I got these memories, man. Yeah. You know, you get these memories, man. And it's forever. Forever. So, man. Yeah. But yeah, we would, man, we'd be talking with these accents, man. And fuck, it's crazy. Like, man, when you really go hard on something, man, it's hard to let that shit go. It's hard to let it go. Like, man, these Pakistani accents. Man, we talk like that for fucking 8 hours plus. Like, fucking, man. When we get into a role, man, we go all the way in. We went all the way in. All the way in. All the way. And if you didn't see that because you're listening to, man, you don't have the visual, man, we went all the way in. All the way in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All the way in. Man. Yeah. Man, I would tell you another story with Danny, but man, this one probably be a little extra. It might be a little nasty. And man, I don't know who's listening to these podcasts, but yeah. I remember, I'm going to say this story. This is fucking so many years ago, man. But I remember, man, like I met this chick one time, and man, she was cute. She was cute. She was in the army, and it wasn't like a serious thing. But I remember like going to work, the day after I hit it, and yeah, I hit it. I smashed, and I was like, Danny, man, I had a problem last night. And he's like, what? What happened, Preemie? And I'm all, man, it sucked. And he was like, what do you mean it sucked? I was like, it was just hella. I said, man, it just was hella just big. And he was like, huh? And I was like, it was just hella big. Like, I was swimming in it. And he was like, oh, Preemie. He's like, that's when you just have to hit the walls. You have to hit the walls. I've been there many times myself. I've been there many times. You can't just go straight in. You have to hit the walls. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, man. He was fucking hilarious, dude. We would just fucking laugh. I think the only time he got mad at me was when I fucking went over his house on a hot day one time, and I did yard work in his front yard, and I cut some of his trees back and raked them up, fucking had it all clean and raked and looking nice. And he came out the front door after I was done a couple hours later. Didn't mind you, he didn't even help me. he didn't even come out to help me or nothing. And he came out and was like, looked around. He looked around. He was like, Preemie, what the fuck did you do to my trees? What the fuck? And I was like, what do you mean? He had like a fuck. Is it like a pine tree? It wasn't that tall though, but it was like a pine tree. You know how the pine tree has, those like the sharp, like fucking leaf. Like they're not even leaves. They're just like, the fucking prickles, like the little fucking sharp blades on it. It wasn't really a redwood tree. Maybe it was like a pine tree, but he got hella mad and he just fucking. I loaded up my fucking tools and fucking I left, went back home. It was my day off too, and he was fucking mad and fucking man didn't even say thanks or anything. He was just fucking pissed. I was like, well, fuck you too. Fuck you. Yeah, well, fuck you. You didn't even come out to help me. You could have told me not to cut that shit if you was out here. Fuck you. And he would say, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You know how people they clench their jaw up when they're fuck you. Yeah, fuck you too. Yeah, fuck you. With that whole jaw thing. Yeah. So, man, rest in peace to my second dad, basically. Man, I fucking miss you, Preemie. And, man, looking forward to seeing you. Seeing you, too. Man, I'm going to see a lot of people when I leave this place. See a lot of people. Yeah. But, yeah, what should we talk about next? What should we talk about next? Let me think. Man, so we could talk about the review from this past week's podcast. You want to do that? You want to do it? Yeah, we could do it. Yeah. Let me tell you. Man, we could do the review for last week's podcast. That'll be fun. super fun. Man. So, man, I listened to, I think the first podcast I listened to last week was from Ada Arbitration. And Corey Walton, what's up, bruh? Corey Walton had just got back from Disney World. I think he said his grandson just turned 10, or he was 10 years old. So they went to Disneyland. And, man, he got on the podcast, you know, and he talked about, he just talked about the heat illness prevention, you know, heat warnings, signs. He talked about the brothers that passed away a few weeks ago. One of them due to heat. I think that one was Mr. Workman, right? I think he passed away from, it could have been heat. It was a hot day out there. He talked about how to fight, you know, file grievances on that. And, man, he talked about our buddy. He calls him Lucius. Man, I call him Louie D. And he just man, he just threw down some more receipts about what Lou was trying to say about why he was watching from afar. I guess Lou said that he had some family things happening, so he was watching from afar. And then Corey pretty much said, well, you were on this C team, and you were helping on the C team. So, man, you were still in the game, and you were in Boston. You're still in the game. Like, so pretty much calling him out on, like, I don't know, allegedly, what he allegedly was doing. He also called out a couple of the guests. Cliff? Was it Cliff? God, Cliff? He was like, man, you know, like, he got guests on that are, you know, he got a guest on that actually runs his Facebook page, just like one of the admins or something. So it's not very hard for him to get a hold of him and to pretty much back him up with whatever he's talking about. But Corey did say, like, if he wants some real feedback, to reach out to those presidents that were linked to some of those, what do you call it? Those short sales. Oh, man. But yeah, it was a cool podcast, man. But if you didn't miss it, you didn't miss much. He was just tired as fuck, and man, he did the 6-day count on the Lions. On the shit, I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm fucking been talking too much. But he did the 6-day count reading on Wednesday, and then that was pretty much it. And then I did also listen to Louie D.
Lou. I listen to Lou Trask. Listen to Lou Trask podcast. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. What are we gonna do? So, yeah. So, hi everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, listen to Lou Trask podcast. And dude, it was I stayed awake. I didn't crash into anything. But man, you know what? When you listen to Lou Drass's podcast, just put it like on speed and then just up the speed to like 1.5, 1.6. If you could do 1.8, that's even better because it just speeds it right along. Makes it quick. But yeah, Louis D, man, I think he was fucking sober on this podcast because he didn't do any belching. He didn't slur a little, like, what you gonna do is just, they're fucking, you're gonna file with you, you just file the grievance. You can just file the grievance. Yeah. So, just, I don't know, like, they want to have this meeting, the special meeting. We've never had a special meeting in like fucking 200 years. So, they're, what they're trying to do, I don't think they even want, like, everybody was just, yeah. So, yeah. Drastic measures. Damn. If you suffer from insomnia, finding it hard to sleep, staying up way too late at night, coming into work, tired, dragging, I have the answer. Drastic Measures, a podcast by Lou Drass. Turn this on before bed and not while operating heavy equipment or electrical equipment. It will put you to bed fast without any harmful drugs, anything like that at all. Lou Drass. Drastic Measures. Gonna put Joe ass to bed. Yeah. So listen to that one. I listened to Parcels of Knowledge with Joshua Shrum. And it's the Roseville Wrecking Ball. My buddy, Josh. And he had on Walter McGregory. Is it Walter McGregory? Walter McGregor. I think it's Walter McGregory. And he had that podcast up like on Tuesday. God, was it Tuesday? Man, last week really flew by for me. So I can't really remember the days. But like I told you guys in the past, I fucking can't remember the fucking month anymore or the days. It could be Alzheimer's or it could be just, I don't know. I just don't fucking keep track anymore. Yeah, but it was like Tuesday, I think. Parcels of Knowledge. And that podcast was Walt God, I'm fucking this up, dude. And I'm not going to fucking start it over or edit. It was Mr. McGregor, Walter McGregory. And he's running for NBA. And it was a questions, it was like a Q&A episode. And my boy Joshua, he killed it. He fucking killed it in a good way. When I say killed it, he's been, man, he's lockstep right now. He's killing it. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to Terry. Yeah, Terry. Yeah, man. What's up, Terry? I see you out there. Yeah. Man, Terry. Yeah, I know all about you, boy. Yeah. But yeah, he had a Q&A. And it was really good. It was really good. Shout out to Mr. McGregory. Good questions that were sent in. And, man, Joshua kept the podcast rolling right along. Like, it was so fluent. And it was over the phone. And, man, I think the funny part of that podcast was, I got to talk about this. And, man, it was just funny to me. It was just funny to me, but I got to share it with you guys because I don't know if you guys felt the same way as I felt when I was listening to it. But I was on, just fucking humping mail, and I'm listening to it, and in the beginning, when he's talking about like his mission statement, and he's all, Walter McGregor, he's gonna do this, and then Walter, he's gonna do. He was talking about himself in the third person, and I was like thinking in my head, like, is this guy, is he really talking in the third person about himself? I was fucking dead. Yeah, Rick Rock, he fucking doing this podcast tonight on Father's Day. But Rick Rock, he loves you guys too, so anything Rick Rock could do on a Sunday to get you guys ready for Monday, just to have a smooth, easy flowing day. Rick Rock, he's gonna do that. So yeah, man, Rick Rock, he's gonna try to help you in any way he can. But other than that, I thought that was funny. But he was fucking good. Like, he finished strong. Let's just put it that way. Like, he answered the questions, and he sounds like a strong candidate. His wife's a union killer. Like, she's involved with the union, and man, I think he's got a good shot. I think he's got a good shot at winning. So, man, he's slated with the CLC. You know how the CLC does it. Nice and easy does it. Man, set a steady dose of CLC. Uh-huh. Yeah, you like that? Mm-hmm. You like that shit, huh? Yeah, steady dose. Just steady dose of CLC. So that podcast was cool. Shout out to Parcels of Knowledge. Man. Yeah. Fuck. I listened to CCA Corner. That one was good. And they talked about mental health. Mallory was talking about mental health, and Morris was talking about mental health. And then, man, I got pretty deep, man. I got pretty deep into it. Like, Cole even interjected in the podcast about, his struggles with mental health. But yeah, it was very, very, it was very good. Very good. The one thing, man, it sucks. It sucks that, so many people, it sucks that they struggle with, the mental health, issues. Like, I think, Badmouth Morris was like named off like 5 things that he struggles with. And I know, like, Mallory says she struggles with some stuff. And, man, that fucking sucks. Man, but, man, yeah, I mean, get the help that you guys need. They left, important, like, numbers and, things you could do to, help yourself. The one thing that I would probably interject, just fucking because, is, man, mental health. I am not going to do a mental health thing, because let's face it, like, if I went to a doctor, I'm sure they would probably diagnose me with fucking a gang of shit. They'd probably tell me I got 10 different things going on with me. But yeah. But my thing with mental health, and this is just my opinion, and I won't push it on anyone. You know, my opinion is just my opinion alone, and I would just, I would just, what is it? Recommend? I'm not gonna say recommend, but I would just tell people that really struggle mentally, man, to look into some spirituality, look into religion. Uh, that's helped me tremendously. And man, I could have missed it. But I don't know if they mentioned anything on that podcast about maybe going to a church, maybe going to a Christian church, maybe talking to a pastor, you know, and just getting in touch, with that, with what's inside of you. And man, I'm stumbling like a motherfucker right now, right? But I've had so many fucking struggles. I've had a lot of loss in my life. A lot. And I battle like everybody else. And man, I'm not a Bible thumper. I don't go to church every Sunday. And I'm not one of those people that's just like, that could recite, scripture. But I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. And man, I would just hope, and I would pray that others that struggle with whatever they're going through would lean on the Lord and look into that, build that relationship, and get that strength. And I know, like I know, like, the medicines and the prescriptions and all that help when you have like a chemical imbalance. But man, it's a I don't know it's a tough thing, because man, you ever watch those commercials for, like, depression, and it's like it shows people riding bikes and everything, and they're just fucking loving life. And then at the end of the commercials, it's like, could lead to suicide, fucking kidney stones, fucking high blood pressure, fucking blah 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 blah. You're like, whoa, fuck. But man, I would just say, man, maybe ayahuasca, maybe some shrooms, maybe get an ego death with some shrooms, man, smoke some weed. But most important, man, just finding that relationship. Man, I talked to another buddy of mine earlier today. Let's just call him Dusty. Dusty Lewis. I'm gonna call him Dusty Lewis. And man, after I cut the grass, I was just sitting. I like to sit and just water the grass. And water the grass and water the flowers and water the plants and just reflect and just think. And just get inside the, I don't know what, get inside myself for a little bit. And then I started talking to Dusty Lewis, and he went kayaking, and he was actually, I think he went kayaking today, and we just started fucking chopping it up, man. Like, you know, messaging each other back and forth, and you know, we're just talking about some real shit, you know, talking about some real shit. Like, man, did Elvis really eat fucking? I'm joking. We didn't talk about Elvis, but man, we talked about real shit. We talked about religion. We talked about the Lord. You know, that relationship. You know, and he's not. You know, he's not that guy either. That's at church every Sunday. He's one of those guys that just has that relationship with Jesus Christ. Man, and I sound like Jimmy Swaggart right now. All I have to do is start crying, and I could be Jimmy Swaggart. And but we talked about the Lord, and you know, with everything that's going on in the world today, man, with everything that is going on in the world today, this is the problem when you're doing a podcast and you're just fucking off the cuff. Like, this shit just fuck. There's just, I wish there was more, like, people had that relationship, you know, with the Lord, and could lean on him. Man, I had a customer. I got a story to share with you. On Saturday, I dropped off the mail to a customer's house, and my customer was leaving, and I was like, here's your mail for you, Vince, I got you. And I was like, what are you doing today? And he's like, man, I'm going over to the protest, the No Kings protest. And I was like, man, but you know there is a king though, right? And he was like, no. And I was like, Vince, I said, Jesus Christ is the king. He's the King of Kings. And he was like, well, where is he? Where is he now? And I was like, oh, he's here. He is here. I was like, I'm not sure if you read the Bible or anything, but man, I was like, prophecies, like, man, some of the stuff that's happening in the world today, whether it be Iran or Israel or, you know, other issues that's going on, like when wrong is right and right is wrong, man, that's one of the huge signs that, you know, Jesus is coming back. And I see the stuff that's happening every day, and I'm just like, damn, I'm getting close. It's getting close to where, man, that king is coming back. That king is coming back on his horse, and it's not going to be a long time. Like, people just need to get it straight with the Lord. But I told Vince, I was like, he was like, where is he? And I told him, and then he goes, I don't believe in that shit. And I was like, Vince, and I put my arm on his shoulder, and I was like, Vince, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you. I was like, because, man, when the day comes, man, I want to see you. I want to see you up there too. And he's like, I don't believe in that shit. And I'm okay. I said, I'm still going to pray for you, though. I was like, you're a good man. Oh, you're a good man. And I was like, but have fun at the rally. And he was like, oh, I will. I was like, what are you going to have for lunch? I said, that's what you should be doing. Go get some lunch. He's like, I don't know yet. And saluted him and gave him the old salute. And he took off, him and his wife. But, man, I just wish that people would just even just I just wish people would try to get a little bit of a relationship with him. And I don't go to church, like I said. I have my own private. I have my talks. Let's just say. And man, when you hear that voice talking back to you, you know my boy Lino Miranda. Man, I've met so many people that there's Mike Tyson's coming out of me right now. I've met so many people since this podcast. And damn, fuck. Mike Tyson coming out of me. Fuck. But I've met a lot of people since I've started this podcast. And I've been talking to people on the phone and having conversations. And man, just having like-minded conversation with people. And man, and they're believers too, you know? Like it's crazy. Like damn, this motherfucker he thinks like me. What the fuck? What's going on, man? The Lord, yeah, that voice inside you. Yeah, it's not hunger pains. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking about when, man, your body's calling a whopper. Like, damn, I need that. Like, man, there's a voice that just starts talking to you, man. And you just gotta listen. You know, because, man, the Lord does speak to you. He speaks to you, but you just gotta listen. You gotta listen. You just gotta listen to that voice. I was driving with Leisha in the car today, and she went to church and went to her little study. And she's like, man, one of the lessons today was about complaining. And she said, people, they're allowed to complain, like, and they can complain to the Lord because the Lord knows everything that's going on with you. So he knows like what's going on. So when you're complaining, he knows, like why. And you're like, man, just to have that, like he's got you. He's got us. Damn. Man, we're going deep. We're going deep today. We're going deep. But the last few months, of my sister's life, I was put on a 16-7. And I got to spend it's tough, man. I got to spend the last
the last few months with her, spending the night, sleeping next to her. You know, just praying. Just pray for her. Watching her sleep. And talking to God. Having a lot of conversations with God. You know, I've had a lot of loss in my life. And man, God puts people God puts people around you in every situation that you go through. And man, but I miss her to death, man. We used to have conversations at night, you know. And I would ask her, like, man, because we would have conversations, like, man, so you see mommy and daddy, she's like, yeah, I can see him. And I'm all, man. I said, are you awake when you see him? Or are you asleep? She's like, I'm awake. And I'm like, man. And I was just like, I just tell her, like, man, when you are ready, man, they're going to take you home. And she was scared, Before she passed away, she was scared. But towards the end, she wasn't scared she didn't seem scared anymore. But man, you just have to you just gotta man you just gotta believe, in something bigger. Because man, we ain't staying in these bodies forever. Another thing with mental health, social media, social media, internet, Instagram, all that shit, all this likes, all this fucking people being fake, people trying to be somebody they're not, or trying to compete with somebody they're not, or trying to compete with people that got money. And man, the world got fucked up when you got fucking women trying to be these fucking women on social media. You got men out here trying to be the men that they see on social media. Fake as fuck. All these fake as fuck people. Man, just be fucking you. Man, because you're made in the image of God. Be you. Man, you're all perfect. We're all perfect. Stop trying to fucking chase likes. And stop with the fucking self-esteem issues because somebody doesn't think you're good enough. Opinion of somebody doesn't think you're good enough. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. You're fucking good enough. You're fucking all good enough. But you want to believe all these other people. You want to believe people that you'll never meet in your life. You're looking for likes from people that you'll never talk to or fucking know. And you're looking for that validation. Man, you're looking too far. Like, you're looking way too far. Man, you got to believe in yourself before you can possibly think somebody fucking from another country or fucking that you'll never fucking be in the same room with matters. Because it doesn't. It don't even fucking matter. That's a part of fucking mental health too. Like, you can't impress why worry about impressing people? Just be you. Just fucking be you, man. That's it. You don't have to put a fucking fake persona up. You know what I mean? You don't need a fake persona. Just be fucking you. Be different. Be different. Man. And that's one of the issues, you know, with mental health, I think, you know, like, people are just so worried, man, about fucking, what is this person going to say?
Man, I lost like 7 minutes of audio to that last clip, but man, y'all get what I'm trying to say. But I'm going to leave you with a little story while we get out of here. Let's get out of here on a little story time. Since we just had like the King protest Saturday, I'm gonna leave you with a little King story, and man, I hope you guys enjoy it because I enjoyed it. So, man, here's a story about the King, and man, I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Sorry about the technical difficulty, losing that last 7 minutes, but man, hopefully y'all got the point. Man, I'll holler at you guys later. Comfort stop. Let's go.
I want to ask you if you could talk as much as you could about how the first time you met Elvis Presley and the last time you ever saw him, and all the, you know, people are always talking about the bad things about him. I'd like you to
Okay, yeah, I'll tell you that story. I'll try and make it as brief as I can.
You don't have to make it brief. It's
okay, good. I was ushering out here in Los Angeles at a theater called the Vogue Theater.
Sure.
And that's how, before I started acting, that's one of the ways I supported myself. And about 10 o'clock one night, a gentleman came up to the window and he bought 25 tickets. And he just kept walking back and forth. And we were playing a very bad movie at the time. And when Elvis went out, if he wanted to go out to the movies, to a public movie, he had to go to a bomb because that meant there would be less people in the audience to go crazy, right? So this guy's walking back and forth, and I'm on the door. I've got the, you know, the usher's handbook clutched firmly in place, and I've got all the rules down. And I said to him, listen, sir, you know, if you want, I will tear those tickets for you, and then when your party comes, I'll let the rest of the people in, and you know, they'll join you. So, well, my boss might change his mind. I said, after you spent all that money on those tickets, I doubt it. He said, well, you don't know my boss. And with that, a Mercedes-Benz limo, roughly about the size of this room, pulled up. and at one time in his life, Elvis made a deal with God that he could be Elvis if God would let him be Elvis, if Elvis promised to never let anybody forget seeing him. Because he got out of this Mercedes-Benz, he was decked out in violet, skin-tight suede jumpsuit.
Yeah, look at me, I'm Elvis.
An amazing belt with an eagle on it, pink fringe, American silver eagles around his neck in turquoise getting bigger and bigger, blue black hair, sunglasses. Now, Priscilla Presley is a beautiful woman.
No question. And by the way, this would make Liberace look pale.
She was standing next to him. I never saw her. I didn't see anybody. Now, we've talked earlier. I was around show business all my life.
Sure.
Nobody, no celebrity ever throws me, right? He starts walking towards me. I went limp. I didn't tear tickets. I slumped up against the door. I said, the King. It's the king. The king is here. It's the king. And he said, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very much. And he goes into this theater. And I pull myself together, and I think, well, it's Elvis, and I've got to do something. And so I go in and I say, Mr. Presley, if you want, I'll set up chairs in the projection booth. Nobody, no, that's okay, son, that's okay. About a half hour later, he comes out, and he says, where's the little boy's room? So it's right upstairs, Mr. Presley. And all of a sudden, this guy comes out and comes up to him and whispers something in his ear. Guy, downtrodden-looking guy. Elvis takes off the ring and gives it to him.
Well, he was known for generosity.
Yes, but this, I saw this.
Yeah.
Went in, later on he came out, the Candy Girls wanted his autograph, he signed. Another guy, he just reached in and gave this guy all his money.
Oh.
So now, I run to the phone booth and I call my mother, who's since passed away. Now my mother at the time, who's since passed on, was a huge Elvis Presley fan. So I run to a phone booth and I say, Mom, this movie's ending in 20 minutes, you've got to get down here, Elvis is here. Elvis had developed a style of autograph signing in crowds, which was very good, which is he knew that if he stopped, he could never, ever go on with the rest of his life. People would just come from miles and miles. So he would do this thing, which is a technique. He would sign your autograph, but only on the move. So he'd say, walk with me, darling. Walk with me, darling. Walk with me, darling. Right? Now, my mother shows up at the theater. She doesn't move too well, and she can't get to him. She just can't keep up to get him. And he gets in the limousine. Now, we had a friend, we still do, a wonderful guy whose act I'm sure you love, named Carl Ballantine.
Oh, no question.
The great Ballantine, right? He had done some pictures with Elvis. As this limousine starts to pull away, the windows open this big. My mother says, Elvis, Carl Ballantine said you would sign my autograph. Limousine pulls back, window comes out, and off into the night.
Wow.
So you listen, you read a lot of things about a lot of people, but on that night, he was magic. And people don't get to have magic like that their entire lives.
correct.
And he was truly magic.
That's correct.